What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Cast 5 Reviews, where we review Bleach on a bi-weekly basis. And oh dear God, the last two seasons, well, this season and the last season, was really not worth the journey. I questioned my life. I've questioned whether or not I'm be making the right decisions. There's just a lot of pondering that's been going on because the bounce. Oh my God!
Did you look at a pond and like skip rocks at it too afterwards?
Just the deep thinking of Jon Snow. Instead of him looking over the cliff and with dragons flying, I was just looking over the cliff with a dragon in Elden Ring, wondering what should I do next, man? Should I watch the next episode or should I go and hunt this dragon? And unfortunately, I chose the first option of watching this stupid season. How are you guys? I'm joined by none other than the trifecta, Theo and Ferhad. My brothers, you guys have been through this journey the entire time. And I know the apprehensiveness that Ferhad showed at the very beginning when I pitched this idea.
Oh my God.
Now that you're over the other side, I know it's not worth it, but do you feel that maybe our friendship, has gotten stronger somehow?
I think through all the badness, we came out on top, feeling much more friendship power, in every anime, especially in Bleach.
Do you think it's friendship power, or do you think it's finally along the lines of family? Yeah. See?
That's a good question.
It definitely
That's
took
a really
friendship
good
power
question.
to overcome these two seasons.
So you-
If it
Yeah,
wasn't
I
for
think-
my friendship with you, I would not have watched these two seasons.
So
Yeah. If it wasn't how much love I have for you, bro, I would have been like, no, I'm not doing this. Are you
yeah,
crazy?
I know. I appreciate it. That's why I said family. Family. But for those of you,
Going to
guys,
include
sorry.
family with this, I
Yeah.
just want to say these last two seasons were even more barren than Toretto's fucking white tank top.
True.
It was just as stretched out and just as bland.
Listen, it's a white tank top and never gets dirty. So it definitely has special powers. But is it on the same level as the bounce? Well, we'll find out when we start jumping into season 5. About the arrival. Bleach season 5. This goddamn season sucked. But for the first time viewers, welcome. How are you? This is Cast 5. We're a group of friends that love to discuss video game, animes, entertainment news, you name it. That generally matters to us, and hopefully it matters to you as well. Otherwise, this pain that we just witnessed, I don't know if it was going to be worth
Nothing.
it. It was not worth
It's for
it.
nothing.
We also stream on twitch.tv/cast_5, where we have been streaming.
Wait. You know how at the end of the episodes you say if you guys don't like this, then this was not worth it? Yeah, if they don't like this episode, it really wasn't worth it.
Disregard this man, because I'm gonna make sure you're blocked from this channel, Theo. Don't give him ideas. Watch us. Watch our pain. It's well worth it. Look at Farhad's face. He understands the pain. He
It
understands
was so much pain. It was so much pain. So much running. So I was getting tired looking at it.
there was a lot of running in the season. But as I was saying, we do stream Endwalker and Demon Souls currently with sprinkled episodes of Pokemon Legend of Arceus.
Sprinkled.
Yes, on twitch.tv/cast_5. For our audio listeners, thank you for sticking around with us. For our new audio listeners, we have 4 fantastic episodes that you can go back to and catch up on. Or you can listen to our bi-weekly podcast as well, which is available throughout any podcast service you can think of around the globe. I generally say that, and I'm pretty sure we are, because we are on Anchor, but we are available on Apple, Spotify, Google, you name it. So now with that said, guys, Bound season 5. Was it called Entry, right? Not Arrival, Entry.
Entry, yeah.
Entry.
Or was that Assault?
Oh my God,
last
we're
one was
fully
Entry.
wrong. It's called Assault. He's absolutely right.
I know everything just kind of melded together into
How do you
one
remember this?
giant.
I know. So originally it was released August 8, 2006 and ran till January 4, 2007. It's actually a short season, which made it very bearable compared to the last season. It's only 18 episodes long. And the beauty about the season is that we did get, obviously, that opening tonight that we absolutely adore. But there was also a new opening. I believe it's called Rolling Star. Ferhad, do you remember this? Do you remember the ones that you and Pompeo used to dance to and jam to? That.
Oh, really?
Well, you should look at Rolling Star. You'll know which one I'm talking
Rolling
about.
Star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it right now mid-conversation.
So while Ferhad is jamming to that, you will probably, he's already started.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one.
What were we going to say, Theo?
Yeah, while he's jamming, let's just start.
Let's just start? Okay.
Let's do it.
So this season, holy fuck, was Ichigo useless.
So useless.
Oh my fucking god. I know later on we all complained about the fact how underutilized he was in the second part of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Like, he showed up a few times, but it was mostly the captains getting their the shine right? Here, it's pretty much the same thing. Because it's mostly the captains. Like, Byakuya had some sick fights. Hitsugaya had a sick fight, right? Mayuri obviously had a sick fight. And then Uryu had a couple of sick fights. But Ichigo, it's literally him finding Kariya, going on a venture with fucking Chad, who's useless as fuck still. Like, goes on an adventure, finds Kariya, and Kariya goes, I'm about to do some shit. He's like, no, you won't. Bankai. All right? And then they have attacked 3 times. Kariya's like, I'll come back to you later. I'm gonna heal because I took the black Getsuga Tensho. I'm gonna heal because I'm immortal. I have all this reishi. And bam, he runs away. Few episodes in later, Kariya, I finally found you. Bankai. Attack. Getsuga Tensho, misses. You can't defeat us. Heal, runs away. The third time, Kariya,
So true.
Kariya, he finds him again on a hill this time around. Bankai and Getsuga Tensho. The hollow side saves him. Oh no, the reishi I cannot absorb, and bam. Except it was slow motion Kariya at the very end. Kariya! Oh my god. Go ahead, Theo.
The fact that last season, they were like, oh, you can't use Bankai, so we're pissed because we didn't get to see Bankai. This season, we see Bankai, we're still pissed because he doesn't do shit with it. He might as well not have it.
He did not do shit with it. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I was so hyped when I saw him, like, activate. I was like, finally, they're gonna do something with Bankai. Finally, it's back. Fucking nothing.
Like, even the hollow Ichigo side only showed up for, like, what, 2 seconds? And he didn't even get a mask. He just got, like, the yellow eyes. And
Like this thing.
Yeah, the thing that upsets me is that everybody acts like Ichigo has not done Black Getsuga Tensho at near the end. They're like, oh my god, Renji especially. Fucking Renji. Oh, I can't choose Bankai because I used that move with the bones that destroyed the cavern. So now I can't do Bankai because my Zanpakuto's still healing. All right, bro. Sure. You're useless anyways. He barely even do like it did Keto. Useless as fuck. And at the end when Rukia wakes up and she's like, "Let me go to Ichigo." Why? What difference you're gonna make? Let's be real. What difference you're gonna make? And then let me go.
Friendship power.
It definitely friendship power, but Orihime is there for that, right? Chad is literally his buddy, and Ishida. Oh my fucking god, he's on a different level. But anyways, Rukia shows up, doesn't do shit. We can't get involved into these
always
fights.
think Orihime and Rukia is the one he's trying to protect, but it's actually Chad.
It definitely is Chad.
It always becomes Chad.
Chad, he was safer when he was kidnapped and stuck in Bowser's castle.
100%. And I am not looking forward to Fullbring because Fullbring is all about Chad. That's supposed to be like the Taiji Kubo said that every arc represents one major character. First one being Rukia, second one being Orihime, third one being Chad, fourth one being, guess what, Ishida. Right? Chad one was obviously the weakest because the full bring powers, even though the anime really adapted more into it and the anime is actually a lot better than the manga, it still doesn't do it justice. Here, on the other hand, guys, before I go any further in, hold on. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to drink some water because I'm livid. Because those 18 episodes still felt like 36 episodes. So, Fred,
I just gonna start.
Drink your water, man. Warm up. Warm up.
how did you feel about the season?
It was tough. It was really tough. It was tough to get through it because I don't know, like, you know me and Bounce, because like even when you pitched it, I'm like, okay, so are we skipping Bounce? But you're like, no, we have to do it. I'm like,
I was surprised as well. Fayez did not agree to skip Bounce.
100%.
Yeah, me
He
too.
went full professional. He was like, we're doing all
of it.
And then getting through it.
Last time I remember when we chatted on the phone, the two words you used to describe it was wasted potential.
Yeah.
No,
because like it's a whole new like race basically, right?
Yeah.
They were basically vampires that were like, did they really know anything about Bounce before they came into frame, or was this just like something new?
Something new, yeah.
It just came out of nowhere.
It was something new. So like they could have literally kind of made them. And I think I said this last season. They could have made them kind of like the Quincy's.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been a whole other thing, and then they
Faction.
could have actually brought them back near the end of the manga. I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but you know what I'm talking about. Like they could have actually helped in that giant event.
Yeah. The warrior.
Yeah. So I do think I still kind of stick to my decision that it was definitely wasted potential, but what are you gonna do? You know, it's filler.
It's done. It's done. Take a deep breath. It's done.
Until you mentioned vampires, I completely forgot they were vampires.
Right?
I mean, weren't vampires supposed to melt in the sunlight or be affected by sunlight in some way?
No, man, this is a
I
mix.
mean, at least
This is like a
little or something to show sunlight.
No. This is a mixture of some anime vampires that's like not Helsing, but it's somehow Twilight mixed with the lore of vampires combined together. Here's you know how I knew that we were starting off on a wrong foot? At the end of season 4, when Kariya and the gang break into Soul Society, what's the first thing that happens to him? His cut on his chin heals up, and he's like, "Oh yes, this is what Reishi air feels like. This is gonna be spectacular." Cue to season 5, he still has that cut. So I'm like, you guys gave up on your own fucking continuity. It shows you don't give a fuck. You're like, whatever. Give him a scar. Give him 3 scars. Fuck it, let's go. Like, oh my god.
You were Rongi Kenshin. He had that cut through the entire anime. Every scene is like, you guys couldn't do one little ass cut for 2 seasons.
Oh man, no one lost
Same
their
in
arm.
One Piece too.
Yeah.
Zoro has that in the literally beginning episode.
Yeah.
Zoro has a giant gash over here, and he's forever had it.
That's it. Right, Leah? Hey, character development. Something this fucking season is completely missing. Character growth. Bankai.
All of it.
8 times. Anyways, moving forward. All right, so I'm going to just quickly go through, give you guys a summary. All right, refresh your memories, because I know it's been a week since you've seen it. Just to like highlight the main ideas and so forth. And then we can sit down and discuss how stupid or amazing, if that's the case, because we have to judge our friendship then, how amazing they must be. Listen, if anyone's out there that actually likes the season, I know there's a few people that love the Bounce season, right? Out of the fillers, they think that it was actually developed well. Can you please comment down below and let me know your reasoning? I'm like, not to shit on anyone that likes Bounce. If you like it, you're more power to you. Enjoy it. I just don't get why.
Maybe they have a different perspective on it that we're not
exactly. So I would love
enlighten
to have
us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Please enlighten us. But on that note, All right, so Ishida shot the arrow, let the bounce in through Soul Society. We find out that Kariya and the gang want to take their revenge on Soul Society. The reason why is because they created the bounce. And then they went ahead and did genocide on their entire race. So now they want to come back and they want to take their revenge. Here's the thing. The genocide element is straight up copied from the Quincy's. So that itself is not relevant. But it's interesting that there was a race that they created, kind of like Mod Souls, which is the best part because there's an entire fucking filler arc they're gonna dedicate to Mod Souls that was done 100 times better. And that came with the apex of when Aizen was defeated. But they were able to do the Mod Souls arc a lot better. And Khan is also very prevalent in that arc. I'm actually looking forward to that arc because it's so cool, man. Captain versus Captain fights that we all dreamt of. Anyways, doesn't matter. So they go in. Any of this doesn't matter. Not really. Same shit again. The entire Seireitei is going on lockdown because the Ryoka has invaded. So same bullshit that they copied straight off from season 2 and season 3. Okay, then Bound Yoshi attacks Rukia. This fight was actually not that bad because to me it really highlighted Rukia using Kido and Hado, which was cool because like at this time we don't know what her Shika is like, which is the following season, and we're very hyped about it. Sugeo namai, Skishiro. But yeah,
so hyped about it. Fayez got the sword in Elden Ring, and I got the sword in Final Fantasy.
Exactly, because the sword looks so fucking cool. But yeah, so she fights Yoshi. It's a losing battle. It's a mount with the sword and the fan that has Chinese clothing. Rukia is about to get dealt a fatal blow, and guess who shows up? Fucking Byakuya Kuchiki. I was like, great, one shot her. Just do it. But apparently he did a little bit of damage from the back. He took Rukia and he left. I'm like, why? Kill her.
Why you run?
Now that you mention it, the entire scene sounds like, damn it, I got bullied by someone, I'm calling my big brother.
100%. Like how we were calling cousin throughout Final Fantasy. What was it? The Palace of Palace of the Dead. We were summoning cousin from jail.
The Manticore.
Yes, the Manticore. That's exactly what he's.
Yakuya's cousin.
Yeah, the brother this time. All the year. Let me get my big brother. He's gonna whoop your ass. He goes to a different school. So yeah, shows up, does one shot, takes Rukia, runs away. Why the fuck didn't he just go ahead and kill her? No idea. She's a Ryoka.
Oh, man.
She's invading Seireitei. Makes no sense, but okay. Same guy that had so much honor that wanted to like let her sister die. Because if we don't follow rules and regulation, who would? Right? Like that left a sour taste in my mouth. But then I think this is probably the next 2 episodes are probably the most hypest in the entire 2 seasons. The Bound arc, which is Byakuya versus Kariya. Both of them are fighting, and Kariya seems to be overpowering him because he has, you know, the whole I am immortal, I can absorb Reishi, and Kariya's and Byakuya's like, really? Let me test this theory. Let me cut you so many times, and before you get a chance to heal, I'm gonna attack you again. Who knew that would work, right? Don't give him a chance to heal. And then Ichigo jumps in. Guess what he does, guys? Ferhad. There you go. Kariya! Bankai! 3-way extreme fight. Animation, not that great. Ichigo looks so weird in this episode. And I was hyped. I was like, yo, I remember back in the day when I was watching this episode, I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. Byakuya, Kariya, and Ichigo, you know, 3-way fight to the death. This
sounds cool.
Yeah, no. It was okay. It was probably the best fight, I would say. Maybe.
In that season?
Yeah.
No, not.
Which one do you think? Which is the best one?
For me, probably Hitsugayas.
Hitsugaya versus the guy. What was his name?
Big guy.
The big guy. Yeah.
What was his name?
Oh my god, hold on. I'll find his name.
It was just
Mayuri fighting this season too.
Mayuri fought in
Yeah.
the season as well.
What's
Koga,
the
fact that-
Koga.
Yeah. What's the
Koga.
fact that he full on pulled a Dragoon Limit Break 3 on him.
He did.
Mid God Sulum, Mid God Sama, everything.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
Final Fantasy 14 references for those that don't know we played that game. Remember, I told you we stream twitch.tv/cats_5. And right now, not Endwalker raids, actually Eden raids we're gonna start. But yeah, Koga, the same guy as Inuyasha. Anyways, moving the fuck on. That fight sequence sucked. They get interrupted by this other Shinigami that looks exactly like Yoshino, the Flower Mount, and her name is Rantau. She is the one that created all the mounts. Great. Does that matter? Not really. Didn't really do much. They gave a little bit more history about the bounce, which also was not that great. Like, I felt a little bit of like the Uchiha clan vibes. Like, oh yeah, these guys are, segregated. They're in a cave, and then here comes the village and then just massacres everyone. And one guy with red eyes just goes, fuck you, I'm gonna destroy everything. So Sasuke, basically. Kariya becomes Sasuke. So after that, Hitsugaya decides, you know what? Let's go figure out what the hell's going on with everybody else. And they give a little bit of backstory about why Rantau looks like Yoshino, which is basically the souls themselves were duplicated. They did tests on their own copies of the souls, and that's how they created them. Once again, makes no fucking difference. And here is fucking Kenpachi fighting Ichinose. This fight, I don't remember this fight at all. And it's a Kenpachi fight. This is bad. Because Ichinose does I will say the animation here was actually pretty cool. With the way they drew out the black and white panels and so forth to show the light and everything. But yeah, guess what happens?
Owned him, though.
Yeah, fucking
Just
Kenpachi.
like owned him.
Ichinose was the guy with the purple blue hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only Shinigami in the bounce. And yeah, Kenpachi's like, oh, you're just hiding behind your hatred. If you really feel that much hatred, why don't you utilize it and actually do something with it? Come fight me. And yeah, he as Ferhad said, Kenpachi fucking destroys him.
Yeah, but that wasn't enough for me, though. I did not like Ichinose. I wanted him to just die right then and there. I wanted Kenpachi to just finish him off right at that point.
Yep,
That's why we have Kenpachi as a character.
100%.
I was disappointed that he didn't.
And then, believe it or not, we end up going into like there's one episode, there's a side story amongst Bounce that felt more of a filler than anything else, which was Kariya going to the den of like what would I call it? The den of bandits. That these are the most dangerous people, in this district. And he basically recruited them and told them, hey, build me a fucking what would it be, Theo? What would this be called? It's a kind of like a catapult thing that goes underneath the gate so it can lift itself up. And in my entire time, I'm like, why wouldn't you just attack? You have the power of the wind. All these mounts that are going and wreaking havoc, just go destroy the gate. They're like, no, we can't because it's special magic powers on the gate that doesn't allow you. I'm like, of course, magic. 100% magic.
Clearly that magic didn't stop you earlier.
Right? And especially when you can absorb the Reishi, you can become stronger and overtake. The whole point of Reishi and Ryatsu is if you have stronger Ryatsu, you can literally nullify other effects fucking Aizen did that last season. He stopped a bankai because his Ryatsu's so massive with one finger. And these guys are like, no. Build me a catapult from these trees.
It was actually 2 seasons ago when he did that.
Yes, that's
I know
true.
It's been a long time.
Yes, I apologize, Theo. You are absolutely correct. And then we get Soifon. Finds Mabashi, I think that was the bounce name. And she's like, and he poisons her. She's gonna die. So she's like, oh, you know what counteracts poison? My poison. And then she kills him. Okay. Moving right the fuck on.
That's
Way you
right,
put it like that. It sounds
you're
more
supposed to be an
stupid.
assassin with an assassin's technique. How come everybody knows the assassin's secret technique?
And how did she get caught? That's my thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're a fucking captain, for the love of God, of the secret special forces. You're
You're supposed to be good
literally
at this.
your job literally is to go assassinate people. And she's like, oh no, poison. Oh, my shoulder. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Yorichi. Oh wait, I can turn around and do whatever the fuck it was called. Fuck. I always forget her Zanpakuto, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or it was like, oh, I'm an assassin. I'm supposed to resist.
Tsube Mawachi.
Yeah. Which her bankai is just weird.
A fucking a nuke. It literally is a nuke, actually.
Yeah, literally.
And right after that, yeah, Mayuri versus the guy with the whale. I mean, I think it was Savatari, I think the guy's name was.
Yeah.
Whatever, bro. Mayuri does Mayuri things. He also poisons him. And then that's it. Pretty much, Mayuri, like, Savari dies because Mayuri is forced to use Bankai. And then we come to fucking Uryu versus Yoshi. I'm surprised how much screen time Yoshi actually got. Because last season, it didn't seem like she was really that prominent. I thought it would probably be the guy that was Mabashi, the one that was fighting Soifon. Because he was like, I don't know, the dilemmas of, ethical bound traditions and blah, 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 blah. And then he ended up taking souls anyways. So pointless. And yeah, he learned how to.
That guy died. I was getting pretty damn sick of seeing his ass.
He was so fucking annoying. Yeah, Quincy, the exploding power. Last Quincy, he learns how to use his fucking arrows, and he kills Yoshi. Why? Because when she's in offensive, she can defend. When she's in defensive, it's perfect defense, and she can go offense. So he's like, oh, between the time when you switch, I'm gonna hit you then, and he does. She dies. Great. Next, moving on. Koga talks to Kariya and says, hey, yo, man, are you really going to go up and blow up the Seireitei? He's like, yeah, man, I'm really going to blow up the Seireitei. He's like, I'm not cool about that life, man. I'm not about that life. I'm not cool with this. So you got to stop. He's like, no. Like, all right, peace. So he goes and fights Hitsugaya. What happens? Hitsugaya fucks his life up.
Sigh uses limit break 3 on him.
Yeah.
Of course it gets fucked.
Yeah, but
A
apparently,
green limit break.
but spoiler alert, Koga didn't die. He's the last surviving Bount. Because, as you know, in any TV series you see, unless you see a dead body, that person's clearly not dead. Unless if it's Dragon Ball Z, then everyone gets wish back, because it's a kid's show. And then Kariya, we find out that his plan was that there are these bombs being stored all throughout Seireitei, and he's going to absorb them, and he's going to blow one up, which is going to lead and start blowing the others up, and that's going to blow up Seireitei. Why the fuck do they still have them? Why didn't they decide to just, I don't know, throw them in the Hollow World? I mean, it's a barren wasteland anyways. Or even the world, the dimension between where that train is, right? Who knows why they didn't do any of that? But no, they decided to seal it. Okay. And then Ishida goes, he's like, you know what? I'm going to go fight Kariya. But before I do that, let's talk about Rantau. Rantau goes, talks to Kariya. She's like, I am sorry for all of this. Nobody gives a flying fuck. So she stabs the guy with a needle. It didn't do shit. And she's like, attack him. And Uryu's like, no, but if I attack him, you will die. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? You know this person for like 24 hours? Bruh, just, it's the fate of the world versus her. I'm sorry. But okay, he doesn't. He doesn't attack her. It's a pretty cool fight. I think there's one scene where there's multiple of him shooting down arrows at Kariya.
I actually really like the Kariya versus
Uryu fight?
Uryu fight.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw Uryu versus Ran Tao, like when I saw Uryu fight at all, I was like, oh shit, my favorite guy's gonna do something. But the fight with Ran Tao was pretty disappointing. Like, animation was bad and everything. And then you see him like versus Uryu, it's like, damn, they got that budget back.
They got a little bit of budget, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, his accessory breaks. Ran Tao is almost dying. Ichigo steps in and he's like, hey, you need a hand? So guess what he does, Ferhad?
Bang! Guy!
That's it. And then they fight. And then he defeats Kariya. That's it. That's literally it. That's the whole thing. He tries to activate the bomb in the middle. Makes no fucking difference because Byakuya just shows up and stops it with his cherry blossoms. I'm pretty sure it was his bankai, but it was just Senbou Zakura, but I think it was his bankai that stopped the blast.
Look similar.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's
you know what we did forget about? Those bandit guys, they somehow managed to pull the plan together and make that weird contraption. Which begs the question, where were the cops?
Once again, if the cops were doing their jobs properly, the Soul Society cops, we discussed this in season 2, if they were doing their job properly, they would have known.
I'm gonna send
How
a
do you let
strongly
these
worded letter to him.
bandits, these outlaws, make something that big and you're just like, this is just a project, we'll let them do it.
And like the only thing is Jidambo too, like the guy, the gatekeeper of the gate, this man lost twice. Maybe you gotta get a new. You really gotta. Exactly. But yeah, man. After everything is said and done, they reminisce about their life, which didn't make any goddamn sense because I mean, it's very similar to when season 3 ended. And then they finally introduced Shinji at the very end. And yeah. It's
hyped for next season.
I'm so hyped for next season, man.
Definitely. Introducing Shinji just made me go, okay.
Yeah.
My hype level
is back up. One of the other things that I noticed when Ran Tao stabbed him with the injection, Kariya still healed after Uryu's attack. But later on, when Ichigo attacked him, Kariya couldn't heal because of that stab. So did it take that long to activate? I don't think so because it's Reishi. Or is it like they just kind of forgot about it? They're like, whoops.
I think they forgot about it.
Second explanation is probably what actually happened. The first explanation is what the developers will tell you afterwards.
Because she stabs him, he gets hurt, and then Uryu fucks him up to a point where he's healing, and she's like, attack him now, everything will be done, blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't, and he fully heals. But later on, he's like, oh no, that attack, that hit me on the corner. I think it was like probably like his like, it's on his side. It's not really his kidney, but like because kidneys would be on the back. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Was it better than season 4?
It was better than season 4.
I mean,
but like how much though?
Season 4 dragged on.
Yeah,
that was the thing. Like the introduction of those mod souls with the bound indicators was pointless. Then the whole walking around and all that stuff, then the whole hospital sequence, and finally the bounds showing up, and they're like Ichigo not having his bankai, all that stuff was just dragged on. And Matsumoto came, didn't matter. Hisagi came, didn't matter. The guy with Vabitsuke, fuck, I forgot his name too. Yo, it is not today.
Izuru?
Izuru, thank you. Izuru showed up. He did not matter. None of these guys really mattered. So what the fuck was Yumi Chika was also there, but he didn't really have a fight here, right? Like it seemed like wasted potential. This felt like they're like, okay, let's just tie it up. It's done.
Yeah.
Like I think we went a little too far. Let's just tie it up quickly. Ichigo's not prominent because Ichigo's gonna one-shot everybody. What would be cool matchups? Mario would be cool. Great. How's he gonna kill him? Poison. Great. Soifan would be cool. Awesome. How is he gonna kill him? Poison. Great. So 2 bounce are down. What's
poison.
Yeah. What's gonna happen to Yoshi? Oh, we're just gonna she takes an arrow to the heart. Sounds like a plan. We'll give Uryu a win. And yeah, that's pretty much Koga. People like Koga. Why? Because he turns a leaf. He does not want to commit mass genocide. Oh, cool. Let's keep him alive. And Maki Ichinose. That guy a fucking weirdo too.
Fuck that guy. He should have been dead when one slash from Kenpachi, and that should have been the end of him. I can't believe he showed up again.
That it should have been. Yeah, I forgot to mention. He shows up at the very last fight to ask Kariya, hey, are you really gonna blow up Soul Society? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, no. He's like, well, too bad. Done. Move on. And Kariya too, man. His power was the wind. And then his doll becomes a sword that releases wind power. As a last form, I don't know, man. That did not live up to the hype of Kariya. Very underwhelming.
Lightning as well.
The lightning part was cool, but I think One Piece did that better. But here with his lightning and wind sword, Captain Amagai, later on, the filler that we're gonna get, guess what he does? He has the same fucking thing. It merges with his hand becomes a sword. And like, guy, can you not think of anything cooler? Like, come on, man.
No. Stop merging people with swords.
Yeah.
Hey, at least that one probably came late enough. They were like, so we had this old filler. Do you think we can reuse it? Do you think people forgot already? Like, has it been bad enough that people purged it from their minds yet?
Let's make a cooler Kariya.
Yeah, just like, just have a little bit, little perspective. Bring that back from Bounce and see if in case people still remember. They're like, we'll call it a callback. Nobody fucking asked for this callback. So, ultimately, the question that I will pass on to you guys to ponder on is this season better than season 4?
Lightly. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's better. You could really, like, if it actually kept the same shitty quality as season 4, I really would have had to question you on making us watch this. You kept convincing us during this entire last 2 seasons. It's okay, just keep through it. It gets better at the end. It gets better at the end.
It did get better.
At least didn't lie on that.
It did get better. Mayuri's fight, Uryu's fight, Hitsugaya's fight, Soifan's fight, even that was not that bad. Uryu fought twice. The Byakuya Ichigo Kariya fight was pretty epic. In terms of, like, I'm using quote unquote epic in the bounce scale, right? Like, I mean, come on, Kariya, man. Yeah. You're just a human that has wind powers. How are you gonna fight?
He's an anime vampire.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that wind power. I really didn't like the wind power. It was so underwhelming.
It looked really dull compared to the bankais.
100%. 100%. And get out. This is the other thing too, man. Holy fuck. And I know, like, Dragon Ball is a culprit to this, and they do it all the time. But even, like, a lot of other animes I've noticed too, it's just like, oh, his supernatural power is that he can heal himself. Like, is that trope not used already, man? Give him some actual like,
Majin Buu.
Majin
like,
Buu, fucking
everything.
Cell. Then before Cell was Piccolo, right?
I get what you're saying.
Androids.
It's just what is
Androids,
up
yeah.
with all these enemies that don't die, that cannot just fucking die after losing once. Like you lost the fight, get rid of them so that we can have a better fight. No, just bring that guy back and he just regenerates and keeps losing as he regenerates. There's no fun in that.
See, this is what I liked about Black Clover. Like Black Clover, the last fight, I think the anime is coming back because they're literally fighting the last devil at the moment, the king of the devils. In the last fight, when he was fighting, I think it's the triple triad or whatever they call the black triad, the self-proclaimed king of triads. When they were fighting him, there was no chance of them defeating him. They just had to knock him out. That's it. Because he kept healing himself, kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they just had to exhaust him. That's it. I like that element because, like, yeah, you didn't have a chance of beating the person, but you also beat him. But then the fight itself, you're using strategy to come up with the fact of how to beat a guy that's completely on a different power scale. They did the same thing when Lick show up for the very first time, and Yami just took him on. He's like, "Oh, you're the leader. All right, great. Of the elves, great. Midnight Sun, whatever they were called, great. I will take you on. Let's go." And those fights were pretty epic because you're like, is he gonna lose? Like that's typically what happens. Guy's gonna come, villain's gonna come, slash you up, and then leave, and then you're like, okay, so that's the power scale we have to reach. Here, no. They use strategy to beat him. So that's the one thing I really thought that was great about Black Clover. Because that Black Clover gets compared to Bleach all the goddamn time. Right? So here in Bleach, it's... I don't know, man. It's the same stupid nonsense with the mounts. Bounce, not mounts. That's Final Fantasy 14. But I'm just going to revive myself. I'm just going to heal myself. Fucking guy, bro.
Now that I think about it, that's probably also one of the things that I loved about Demon Slayer, is that like all the demons, which were a lot more vampire-like than the bats, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
The demons, they have specific lose conditions. They get hit by sunlight, or they get their heads cut off. And if you fulfill those conditions, they die for certain.
Yeah.
They don't ever heal, regenerate, come back.
100%.
And yeah, they fight the people. They fight aiming to fulfill those conditions. So shit's exciting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get old.
Exactly. Here, Bankai hits, heal, run away. Bankai hits, heal, run away. I will say there is one part where I thought was really cool, where Ichigo's standing in front of Rantau in his Bankai and just flicking off rocks. I'm like, I'm like the man learned Bankai. Just to ensure no rocks befall on Rantau. Fuck, bro. Oh, okay. That was season 5, guys. Any final thoughts?
Over.
I hope they don't ever make fillers like this again.
No, the other.
I hope that is the last time I have to go through those 2 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
You better not. No amount of friendship or family from you can make me go through that again.
Kariya does make a return.
Oh dear lord.
Later on. It's Kariya, I think it's Byakuya, and at the end it's Kenpachi. That's teaching Ichigo when Ichigo's trying to master his holification for 10 seconds. They talk about instinct. And Kariya shows up for god fucking reason because anime only character.
He didn't fully die.
They just wouldn't let us forget about that fucking filler episode. Those animators must have been really proud of those 2 fillers for some strange reason.
Yeah, once fucking.
Even after that training, though, does he even ever come back after that?
I don't remember him.
Yeah.
I gotta see maybe Fullbring. He comes back again, or they mention the mounts. But in the manga, they're never mentioned because they're not canon, right? So Ichigo comes back, Shinji finds him and says, "Hey, FYI, I also have holification powers." Here it's like the bounce. Learn your bankai again. Fucking full stop for no goddamn reason. So just to give you guys a ranking. Season 3, 2, 1, 5, and 4, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same boat.
Okay. Starting next episode, I think I'm gonna start putting everyone's ranking next to our names or underneath our names and so forth. So this way around, if it does change for you guys, we should take a vote because there's 3 of us. So definitely we can take a vote and we can move the rankings that way. Because going forward, shit's gonna get exciting. The facciones are coming, guys. I am super hyped. Ikkaku with his bankais when he first did it. It's so fucking hype.
Finally, 1,000-year blood war.
We're reaching it, man. They haven't announced any new trailers yet. So
Hopefully it's not delayed again. Let's see.
no, I don't think it will be. I think it's definitely gonna come out this year. But let's see. All right, guys. Final words. Closing off. That is it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's majority me just fucking ranting and raving about it, but Farhad and I had a very long discussion during playing Elden Ring. So yeah, we had a lot of venom towards this fucking season. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If not, let us know. Comment down below if you're upset that this is probably your favorite episode season and we are dumbasses. Please let me know down below. I would love to hear a different perspective because it is very hard to find this on you. Did you know on YouTube, guys, that there is not a bound summary?
Really?
Yeah.
It's
fair that a lot of the summaries are missing, but yeah.
I don't blame Bounce being missing, if I'm being honest.
yeah. But
We're gonna be the first, guys. We're the first to describe what happened. We came in there and we got out. We're gonna tell everyone the world.
Alive. We got out alive.
Yeah. But with that said, guys, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Sending you all nothing but good vibes from your friends at Cast 5. Ciao.